Hello, snakes. My name is Dante, and today it's Podcast Tuesday once again. And I'm finally back from Bologna, and yeah, that was actually a really cool event that I played there. Main event uh, wasn't really that good, but other than that, side events are actually fun. So yeah, I'm finally back from. Wait, is this working? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it's working. Yeah. And yeah, finally back from my trip, and well, soon I'll upload the video on it. So yeah, it's um it's gonna be cool. So you should definitely check it out once it releases. Probably gonna be like Wednesday or Thursday, or maybe tomorrow or Thursday. Uh, is when I finished the video, and then and yeah, it will be cool. So yeah. Let's just go in to the combo first of all, and it is. We got Warrior's Oath. It is and Sundial of the Infinite is a combo. So basically, well, Warrior's Oath got reprinted recently in in Double Masters, and the thing is, you can actually pair this with Sundial of the Infinite. You take a bonus turn, and then usually it's a 2-mana sorcery taken as a turn. At the end of that turn, you lose the game. But you can do that, but on the second main phase, of that turn, you can end the turn with Sundial of the Infinite. So basically, the end step trigger will never jump, because there was never an end step. So you will not lose the game when you cast Warrior's Oath. So when you use Sundial of the Infinite on the Warrior's Oath. So basically, Warrior's Oath technically turns into a red time walk, basically. So yeah, because you two mana take the bonus turn, and then 1 mana next turn you pay 1 mana, and you skip the end step with Sundial of the Infinite. You never die. So yeah, but we also got a Nonbow, which I saw when I went to when I went to Croatia. Saw someone who played a Nonbow, so I'm gonna include this there as well. And it is. We got Murktide Regent. So yeah, it is actually a Murktide Regent and a Nimble Goose. So that's a Nonbow. Seen someone played the two in the same deck, which the thing is, Nimble Goose, 1 mana 1/1 with Shroud and Threshold +2/+2. Yeah, as long as you have Threshold. So that. So if you have 7 or more cards in the graveyard, it's actually a 3/3 with Shroud, not a 1/1 with Shroud. But well, Murktide Regent exiles your graveyard with Delve, so these two do not pair together. So that is the Nonbow, which I saw there, and someone explained it to me. So yeah, I just decided to include that on there. So yeah, and let's just go in to the number 10, and it is. Dreadlinorm, 7 mana 7/6 Snake Dragon with Scale Reflection as the adventure. 4 mana instant adventure. Put 2/+1 counters on target creature and untap it. It gains Hexproof on 12th turn. And can't be blocked by creatures with power fearless. I had to include a snake in there, That's a snake dragon. Doesn't have flying. And a really cool adventure ability, you know? Like it's like, um there's this card that's similar to the it's there's this card that's similar to I don't know yeah, it was, I think it's, yeah, it was similar to this one mana card. It is a card that's similar to this. One mana instant plus something counter on entire creature, and it gains hexproof on turn. So yeah, or also kind of like a blossoming defense, but for free extra mana. Untaps the creature, and instead of +2/+2 on turn, it's 2 plus something counters on it. Oh, and also later on you can cast a 7 mana 7/6 snake dragon that that basically cannot be chump blocked. You know, well, it has to be four greater to block it. You know, 3 or less cannot. So yeah, this is actually um a really cool ability. So yeah, let's just go in to the number 9, and it is the Dar, Selfless Paladin. 3 mana, free legendary dragon knight with vigilance, and when enters battlefield attack, venture into the dungeon. Other creatures you control get +1 as long as you've completed a dungeon. So basically, 3 mana, free with vigilance, and actually helps you go into dungeon, which is cool. And then once you finish the dungeon, he basically turns into an anthem. So that is actually a cool ability. But I don't see flying anywhere in this test. So yeah, goes into this podcast. It's the number 9 for this, yeah. And so yeah, that's actually so yeah, it's a really cool card, and yeah. And that was originally printed in the Dungeons and Dragons set last year, not the new one in Baldur's Gate. Well, basically, the reason why I'm doing this podcast is because, well, I played the Baldur's Gate drafts and sealed side events. You know, there's like some side events with with dual commander sealed and 1v1 commander dual sealed for Baldur's Gate, and multiplayer draft commander, which was basically because I had 4 side event tickets, which could only be used for on-demand events. I decided to play some sealed events, and since there were no Streets of New Capenna events, they actually had Baldur's Gate events, which was actually better because I wanted Baldur's Gate cards, you know, because I only opened like 3 packs from that. Say, you know, well, no, I don't know. I mean, 3 packs normally, yeah, like as like prizes. I think, yeah, prize packs, yeah, no, two prize packs, and then I drafted 6 packs because, well, I drafted 3, and my dad also drafted 3 on the pre-release day, and I got the limited edition card. But then now I decided to do 2 sealed events and 2 draft events. So yeah, that's like 18 boosters, and yeah. Unfortunately, in the Legacy European Tour, you couldn't get individual packs. You couldn't claim individual packs. So you could only get boxes. So I got 2 commander decks. One of them was the Davy Jones commander deck, and the other one was from the new Baldur's Gate, and then 1 Streets of New Capenna commander deck. The Cabaretti one, which is basically a Naya. But yeah, unboxing video is going to be released soon, so stay tuned to it. Let's just go into number 8, and it is Wandering Troubadour. 4 mana, 4/2 Dragon Bard. At the beginning of your end step, if you had a land enter battlefield under your control this turn, venture into dungeon. So um, basically it's not like a land. It's not landfall, but like well, basically kind of like the spell or like the basically when like instants or sorceries have landfall. It's it's basically similar to that, but like if you had a land, if you played a land at this turn, or if you had a land enter battlefield this turn, you basically venture into the dungeon. So you just continue just going through the dungeons, and venturing into dungeons is actually always a good thing to do because when you reach like because some like two like I think I don't know exactly, but yeah, oh yeah, I think you can, but like because like if you have the initiative, you go into Undercity, but then like once you're in Undercity, if you venture into the dungeon, I think you you can actually advance, but I'm not entirely sure. But well, yeah, venturing to dungeons is always a cool mechanic because yeah, um, Dungeon of the Mad Mage is a really cool one. But then you can also like Tomb of Annihilation and like get the opponents to sacrifice stuff, and even create a token at the end. But then there's Lost Mine of Fandelver, which was basically the first dungeon. Now, when Wizards of the Coast was playtesting dungeons, that was the first one. And that was like the intended dungeon. There's only going to be one initially, but then they ended up making three different dungeons. And now there's a fourth dungeon, but you can only enter it if you venture into Undercity, which the only way to do it is with the is basically the vent with the venture, which is only with the initiative, So yeah, but there's so many cards that take the initiative, so yeah, not not that bad. So yeah, and yeah, let's just go in to the number 7, and it is. Why is this stream not showing? Yeah, Reckless Barbarian. 2 mana, 2/2 Dragon Barbarian with sacrifice it, add 2 red. So this is actually good because it's 2 mana, 2/2 that you can sacrifice it for 2 mana. So basically, like you can pair it for different cards. You can play Mirror Superion. You can basically play turn 2 Reckless Barbarian, sacrifice Reckless Barbarian, and cast Mirror Superion. But then you could always play Burning Tree Mystery instead. I think yeah, I think that was the name of the card. Yeah, you can play that instead. But if not, you can like have this, and then later on you can create more mana. So yeah, it's like so yeah. There's this but yeah, this is actually good. Um, so yeah, this I especially like it's good for a dragon without flying, but I mean, but you could always do some really cool tricks with this card. Like turn 2 you have this, but then turn 3 you can have 5 mana, so you can cast your commander for 5 mana, which I'll mention it at the end of the podcast. So, like the last card of the podcast is the commander that I'll be talking about this podcast. So stay tuned to the end. So if you want to find out, let's go into number 6, and it is. We got Draconic Mirrorless. 4 mana, 4/3 Dragon Bard with when it dies, you may search for your library for dragon. Reveal dragon card, yeah. Reveal it, put in your hand, and shuffle. So this is a good one because you can tutor a dragon after this dies. So it's a 4 mana, 4/3. When it dies, tutor a dragon. So it's a so it's a so yeah, it's a really cool card, and yeah, definitely fits in this podcast. So yeah, number 7, and yeah, But yeah, that's basically number 7. Plus, it's a 4 free for 4 mana, so you can attack with it and stuff until eventually it dies, or you can sacrifice it and then you search for your dragon. Which, if you're playing a dragon tribal deck, it's gonna you can like search for Tiamat, which then Tiamat searches 5 more dragons. You know, like your commander's gonna be it's gonna be Dragon. Don't play any other uh dragon as your commander. Just play just you can use Draconic Mirrorless. So it's gonna be a 3 mana 4 free dragon bard, and then when it dies, uh, search your library for Tiamat. Then from Tiamat you can search for Morophon, Okagachi, Skian of the Ur Dragon, um, you know, 5 different dragons with different names. Yeah, 5 different dragons. That's why I said 5 different dragons. Darn it. But yeah, let's just go into the numbers. The number 5, and it is Sword Coast Serpent with his Capsizing Wave. So the Capsizing Wave is a 2 mana instant bounce target creature. And the Serpent Dragon is a 7 mana sit unblockable as long as you've cast the non-creature spell this turn. So basically if you give him haste, if you casted the non-creature spell before you casted Sword Coast Serpent, it will still be unblockable. So yeah. But this doesn't naturally have haste, so you have to give him haste for it. But anyways, in general, cast a non-creature spell and it becomes unblockable. And also the adventure is basically an unsummon but for 2 mana. Plus you can use this to replay your adventures and stuff. I was playing against someone and commander draft, and he had the card that the second spell he casts each turn gets copied, but then if he complete a dungeon, it will get copied twice. So yeah, he could do a Capsizing Wave to bounce one of his adventure creatures, and he'd cast get free Sword Coast Serpents, and then he'd and then he'd find a way to bounce this card, and by giving it unblockable or something. Yeah, it's it was really combo-y, and you could you could take the initiative 3 times in the same turn. He was able to take me down from 200 HP to 0, with that deck, and that was actually really powerful. The fact that he drafted all this and made the deck, and yeah, that was actually really cool. So yeah, anyways, yeah, this is a dragon that doesn't fly, but he can sneak through, and he can be a sits unblockable. That is a really cool thing. It's kind of like a prowess effect, but unblockable. So yeah, let's just go into the number 4, and it is we got Dragon Turtle, 3 mana, 3/5 Dragon Turtle with Flash, and drag below. When enters battlefield, tap it and up to 1 target creature an opponent controls. They don't untap during their controller's next untap steps. So here's the thing. I mean, it doesn't have flying, which is why this fits into the podcast. It's actually playable in standard. So yeah, plus it's an above average creature. So it's 3 mana, 3/5 of Flash, and then basically, but then when it enters battlefield, this card and one other card, other creature that an opponent controls, tap them and freeze them. So well, the issue is you can't use him to you cannot flash him in as a blocker, and you can't use Amulet of Vigor to prevent that, so because it doesn't enter battlefield tapped. So basically, well, cast it, you tap it, and then some other creatures you can stop an attacker, or something. And then next turn, I mean, this is gonna stay tapped. for one turn, but then you can actually attack the opponent. It's gonna be frozen, so you freeze the opponent's creature, and then you can attack through twice, basically. And then later on, it's a free 5, which is actually good. 3 mana, free 5. That is actually good. Plus flash and a really good ability. That fits into the number 4 spot in this podcast. So yeah, that's actually really cool. Let's just go into number 3, and it is Zodiac Dragon. 9 mana, 8/8 dragon with when it dies, when it's put into your graveyard, basically when it dies, put it back into it. No, when it's put into your graveyard from the outfield, it goes back to your hand. I'm just need to wait. It's not the YouTube studio. So yeah, but I think not exactly dice, but you can basically once it hits the graveyard, you can put it in the hand. But the issue is, this was actually more powerful because before they errated it, initially if it hit the graveyard, you put it in your hand, so you could like infinitely discard it and stuff. So that made it like really broken. But they ended up nerfing it. So yeah, it's a Zodiac Dragon. But it doesn't have flying, It's one of the few dragons. It's one of the few dragons without flying that isn't from the Dungeons and Dragons set, Or Baldur's Gate or Forgotten Realms. Oh, I think there's gonna be a new Baldur's Gate video game coming soon. Like, is it like wait? I think it was tomorrow that there was gonna be a new Baldur's Gate video game. Let me check the game dashboard. And Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2, 20th of July. Interesting. And today's the 19th, so tomorrow we're getting a new Baldur's Gate video game. So that is actually cool. Never actually played it, but I know someone. I met someone at the GP who has it. But yeah, Zodiac Dragon is actually really cool. But the thing is that, like, since it was only printed in Portal 3 Kingdoms and Masters Edition 3, of course, it has a really high price tag of like €205 or $214.98. So, yeah. But also, it's actually a really powerful card. So, yeah, if you have it, you should try playing it in your Dragon's deck. Because when it dies, it instantly goes back into your hand. So you can. But if you have like Omniscience, you can actually do infinite sack. Like you can do an infinite sack outlet by sacrificing it and recasting it in Infinite Storm, But yeah, that is actually still Zodiac Dragon is a really good card. So yeah, let's just go in to the number 2, and it is Smouldering Egg and Ashmouth Dragon. Well, the front side had to be, without flying. So I'm counting this card because, it's similar to Dragon Egg. Well, the thing is that Dragon Egg, I didn't include Dragon Egg because it's not even that strong for the podcast. I'd fit it in number 12 spot, but yeah. But Smouldering Egg is actually a good one. It's a 2 mana 0/4 Dragon Egg with Defender. When you cast an instant sorcery spell, put a number of Ember counters on it, equal to the number of mana spent to cast that spell. And if it has 7 or more Ember counters on it, remove them and transform it. Transforms into Ashmouth Dragon, 4/4 dragon with flying. When we cast an instant sorcery, shock. Well, instant sorcery, it deals 2 damage to any target. So yeah, basically you can shock anything. And it's actually, so yeah, this is actually playable in standard, like in Delver decks and spell decks and stuff. So yeah, it's actually good for standard. But then you can play it in a Atla Palani commander deck because it's an egg. So yeah, you can actually play Smouldering Egg in there because if it doesn't transform into dragon, you can actually it will turn into some other creature in the deck. Like because of Atla Plani, you have to. The trick is you play eggs and big creatures. So basically, you can sacrifice the eggs or they die, or you can jump block them, and then you get like big creatures. You can have like Smouldering Egg, Rook Egg, Rock Egg, the Egg with the Imprint ability as well, Dragon Egg, um, and then also the egg tokens that it generates. But well, there's also Ludovic's Prototype as well. Is an egg. Oh no, wait, it's blue. Never mind, not Ludovic's Prototype. What other eggs do we have? But yeah, changelings as well count because yeah, changelings actually are eggs. So yeah, you can and if silver bordered cards ever come back to Commander, you can play chicken egg. Yeah, but that's only if they ever come back, which is possible when we get Unfinity. But Unfinity is gonna be partially made up of black bordered cards, so I doubt it's gonna happen. Especially since Unsanctioned did not allow players to play silver bordered cards in Commander, but that's not because it. But the thing is, that was a bot set, not actually a set. So yeah. Plus, um, Wizards of the Coast is having supply chain issues, so yeah. Jumpstart Free and Unfinity and Dominaria United, all of them got delayed. And the thing is that I've actually placed top 4 at a store championship event, but my Archmage's Charm hasn't arrived yet. So it hasn't arrived. Just now, it reached Croatia. So then from there it's gonna go to Italy. Then from Italy, someone's gonna bring it to me. So yeah, let's go into number 1, and it is the commander I mentioned earlier, Vrondis, Rage of Ancients, 5 mana, 5/4 legendary dragon barbarian with Enrage, create a 5/4 dragon spirit with when it deals damage, sacrifice it. When we roll one more dice, you may have Vrondis deal 1 damage itself. So use Vrondis, create dragons by it getting dealt damage, and then you could actually and then you can create spirits. Like with spirits, they hit once, and they die. But yeah, it's a 5/4. They're all 5/4. So yeah, the creatures that I create as well. So that is actually a really cool card. So you should definitely get the commander deck if you can. It's actually in the Adventure into Forgotten Realms commander decks. It's the red-green one. So yeah. But yeah, congratulations. You've reached the end of the podcast. So why don't you like and subscribe and follow Viantoy? Share friends, stay tuned to this video streams and podcasts. Well, podcasts will be live every Tuesday at 6:30 CET, so stay tuned to them. Watch my other videos too. Also, tomorrow I will start doing tomorrow I will start live streaming like MTG Arena. Like I think I'm gonna do this every day. Except for podcast. I think every day except for Tuesday, I'm gonna actually start streaming MTTA. More information on that will be shared in the post on a community post on the channel. I'm gonna give all the details on the upcoming stream schedule that I plan on making for MTG Arena, MTG Online, MTGO. Also, Pokemon TCGO probably. Hopefully Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel is all I'm gonna try and see if I can do. And then maybe once in a while try and play some other Magic the Gathering video game. Like maybe I can play a Puzzle Quest, but I could try and play like if I can get my hands on one of the OG, like not sure if OG, but like one of the Spots games for Duels of the Spots 360 game for Magic the Gathering. Yeah, Duels of the Planeswalkers, I think it was called. If I can get my hands on those, maybe try and play it on my PC. But yeah, basically I'm just gonna be streaming MTG Arena. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and bye.